What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, we are live. This is the Please Understand podcast, the one-stop shop for Minnesota sports. If you are looking for responses from the casuals, as we know, big pod tonight, guys. We're starting to get there, even though I'm kind of walking that tightrope of we're getting sports back, football, the routine, but then the other indicator of the abyss, and it has hit us now, is Little League World Series is now on at like 10 a.m. For those of us that are stuck at the gym or doing stuff like that. Even even the blowhards from ESPN, it's on mute, mind you, right? I'm kind of figuring out the pieces as I go, but even that first take shit is better than Little League World Series. So we are at the bottom of the barrel here.
I saw a
But
kid from Minnesota got ejected from Little League World Series in one game.
What?
oh,
Yeah,
getting
arguing
involved.
with
Arguing with the sir?
What a
Oh no!
I don't know that I've ever been more
tossed him
proud.
right out.
He must listen
Good
to the
man.
pod. Has it out
Good
against these
man.
sirs. Good kid.
If that is true, please give us credit.
Yeah,
We
Come
don't
on the
win a
pod.
lot.
We'll let you say as much about him as
We
you
haven't got to
want.
win yet.
Power packed pod tonight and probably going forward. We'll have a Vikes game preseason to at least kind of kick some tires on next week. But we've got some Vikes news. We've got a Wolves schedule, some of it that we're going to get into. We're going to also predict, we're just going to report games that have not been announced as well. We'll see what we get right. People remember when you get crazy calls right, but when they go wrong, no one really remembers. And I think that's the new like maybe slogan for ESPN as well. Wide receiver fantasy ranks, digging into that. Maybe a couple of news and notes at the end. I know the Twins are about to play in some corn tomorrow night. Called up a rookie, things like that. The Lynx are cooking. Kayla McBride, WNBA records. So we'll try to check some boxes at the end. Pony up within the live stream. Toss a few questions at us. And as always, please support the pod any way you can. If you're listening to this podcast style, go ahead and give us a 5-star review. Subscribe on all formats, all that kind of stuff. TikTok, YouTube, X, of course, right? The one-stop shop for all news, all accurate posts. All right, dudes, let's just hop right in. The big story of the day yesterday, I think it came out sometime in the morning, of course, by Adam Schefter reporting Kyler Murray has won the starting job. How about that? Jake, what do you make of the timing of the announcement? Because I don't think anyone's really surprised to hear that, but what about the timing?
Yeah, and I also wouldn't say one either, but he is the better quarterback.
Has been named.
Has been named the starting quarterback, yes. Yeah. Which is weird because that was their night practice that they had, and he had probably one of his worst practices since he's been on the team. And then next day, he's the starting quarterback. So I don't know. I think timing is weird. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So it obviously wasn't a competition at all. They were just kind of being friendly to JJ, which is fine, I guess. But I don't know. Now I guess we get a month to lock in, get the practice with all the starters, let him get the reps that he needs because clearly he hasn't looked very good so far. So let's get another month of him just actually running with the starters and get gelling on that. So I don't know. I'm terrified for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't have.
No way.
I have faith in Kyler, but I don't know. Just the idea of having a young quarterback for the future for a while was sounded pretty nice after having like 13 starting quarterbacks in the last like 8 years or something like that. So I don't know. Here we are, another new starting quarterback, another year. We'll see what happens. But yeah, yay, Kyler, I guess.
That's hilarious.
You wouldn't be a Vikes fan if you weren't scared. So I feel you on that. What do you think about this timing?
I don't really think too much about it, like that they came out and said it. I'm kind of glad that they just did instead of dragging it on any further, because I don't know. Like I kind of thought from the beginning, I'm like, they're humoring everybody by saying this. It never really felt like a competition to me, and I'm just glad that they didn't drag it on any longer. I feel like now is the time before week 1 of preseason. Let's just, if it's Kyler, great. If it's JJ, great. Just name the starter. I feel like that goes a long way with all the players on the team too. Be like, all right, this is our guy. We don't have to sit here and worry about it anymore. So I'm just glad it's over with.
Why do you think they even phrased it as a competition? Like, it feels like once we signed him,
Clicks.
that's all that matters, right?
I mean,
It'd
really,
be nice to get a bowl, but man, if this could do some numbers on X, then it might all be worth it. Because, dude, when we signed him, I think everyone was like, well, he's not going to sign here if there weren't certain promises made. And that's not just our opinion. I mean, that's kind of the consensus opinion. And I think is now proven to be right. And I think it was a pretty easy call to make and forecast. So why even go through with this charade of calling it a competition? Was it just to make one person not be sad? JJ, why would they do this, Jake?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe to protect his feelings. I don't know, because I feel like a competition is a good idea for trying to find something to start. Because Kyler's he's not young, but he's like 39 years old. That's fine. You could still build off him for like 6 more years if you wanted to. And then, so I don't know. It does seem weird that they didn't give it a chance. And it also seemed weird that it was a competition. And then Kyler Murray should have obviously blown him out of the water. And we should have all known that he was going to be the starter anyway. But he didn't do that. So I don't know. It's just classic Vikings, just muddy waters. Can't really see through it. What the hell's going on? Who knows? And then we're going to end up winning 13, 14 games and get bounced in the playoffs. We've seen the story all the time. But I don't know. It's very weird. It's very confusing. And nothing is really making sense to me right now with this squad. Obviously, these are the choices to make. We don't want to lose. We're never going to have like that losing season because we're scared to do that. We'll stick in rebuild mode for decades if we have to. And this is just that choice. This is the obvious Wilf's choice, I believe. And it's just going to keep going like this for years and years and years.
It's weird too, because everything with JJ, like obviously all of us, we've said it a million times, you want this to work out. You want him to be the guy. I feel like, I don't know if he has to sit there and marinate a little bit, because you don't want it to end up like a Darnold or a Baker Mayfield or whatever. Like maybe it just is going to take him a little longer. It sucks because that's, we're like, no, we want to win now, which is the same as the Wilfs. Our younger years are behind us, boys. We're trying to win a bowl. So yeah, it's tough to hear that, but like that just might be the case. He might just need more time.
So Phil, what becomes of JJ now?
I mean, like I said there, I mean, hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he can just sit there and learn, and he's going to get an opportunity. I mean, it's not like Kyler's never been hurt before. Like that happens all the time. And Call of Duty's coming out in October, I'm sure. So, like there's going to be an opportunity for him.
Brace yourselves.
You just hope, like, I don't know. The media tries to skew things different ways, so you don't really know how JJ's taking it, whatever. But if he's got an ego, maybe then there's some sort of a trade in play. I don't know. It's weird to think about, because you're just, what is he, like 23 years old?
So.
Yeah, that's tough to say.
Only 10 starting games with the team, and I think the last 40 years, only 2 other top 15 quarterbacks picked have been passed up and moved on in the NFL history. So without those 40 years, so that'd be pretty crazy. Like even Josh Rosen got like 13, 14 games even. JJ's only had 10, even though Kyler replaced him too, which is weird. But I feel like it's probably JJ isn't the man, but I feel like we still have to see what he has. I hope he stays this season, and then we'll do this whole song and dance next year if Kyler wants to stay or not. And then will it be a quarterback competition? Probably.
Hey, season 3.
I mean, and we talked about it last year going into the season with JJ. Like, where else would you rather be as far as like the talent around you? Juwan Jennings, like, let's not sleep on that. That's a huge addition. Like, he's better than a lot of number 2 receivers in the league, and you got him as a number 3. And
dude, the production he was putting up with a power plant right now, we're free of that. Practice facility in Egan, I think, is in the clear. So hey, sky's the limit.
But either one of these guys should be stepping into a great situation. So I don't know if like Kyler's going to have a short leash. I think everybody's guessing at this point.
I would be pissed and very surprised if they gave him a short leash. Like, you need to commit to him for like at least probably the first 6 games or so. Like, you can't be flip-flopping back and forth.
Yeah,
If it's injury, that's one thing.
Sure.
And there's probably gonna be a lot that comes out of this about the trade market. You're already starting to see little things. You know, we thought maybe Harbaugh would have been interested out in LA, maybe some sort of trade for McCarthy. I think that's already getting suggested. And I think Schefter even tweeted today where he's like, something along the lines of like, JJ McCarthy might be needing a change of scenery. Well, what happened to this being the perfect landing spot for a rookie quarterback? So if you sift through all those between the lines statements from like, basically you're telling us he sucks. And we know the sample size isn't great. We saw 10 games. It was 6-4, and it was a white knuckle 6-4 with a little garbage time kind of skewing the results to a certain degree. But I wouldn't necessarily be trying to trade him, because then it's like, well, what's your backup plan for a Kyler who, like you said, is hurt quite a bit. Right. And I ain't trying to see any more Carson Wentz, Max Brott, like whatever that next 3-4 in the depth chart, whatever that is. Like, JJ can be a fine backup, and maybe that's how he can learn a little bit better, is
right,
like being the number 2, but then he gets thrown in week 5 and maybe week 6, but then he's back, you know, like little more, like less is more kind of development for him. And rather than just being like, hey man, we're plugging you in, you're the franchise guy. You've got a great car that you can drive here. The whole roster is kind of ready to win. I mean, that's a lot of pressure for any rookie, and especially someone who doesn't really feel like his mechanics and really just his overall ability matches where we are as a team. So it seems like, yes, he still has to wait and develop, and it's probably not going to be here, like we've said many times before, or the other path is through injury, right? Like, it seems like that's kind of how this works out for us. But I mean, overall, I mean, there's just, as more time passes, there's just more evidence that this guy is probably a bust. I mean, it sucks to say, and you can look at it in any way you want, but it's like, he wasn't the number 1 pick. He was the 5th quarterback taken, I think, right? Or was he 4th or 5th? And then Bo Nix was 6th.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was the cream of the crop coming in, right? This was probably a reach. And I know there's the other thing that'll be coming out was like, well, whose decision was this? I saw some social media clips of like asking KOC about that. And it's like, you know, easy to just throw it on Quezzy, the guy that we just threw out. You
the
know,
guy's not here.
Shit can, but it's like, you were all involved in that process. All right. So there's blood and blame to go around. So I don't want to like be thinking that everybody who was involved in that is done and gone. You know, like there's plenty of people that have blood on their hands. And the other part about like, why would you even trade him now? He's got as little value as possible. Like, maybe if he turns in a, you know, one of these relief appearance kind of thrown in via injury and does well, let's wait for something like that to happen first. But I guess
get some good preseason time too out of him. Hopefully, he should be playing most of these games.
He's playing a ton, which we've said every fucking year. And one of the years he did get hurt. So what can you do? But so Jake, it seems like, or maybe I misunderstood. Maybe it was you, Phil, who said it. But is this looking more like a Darnold year, or like something closer to what we experienced last year? If we got Kyler for the majority.
Yeah, that's somebody on Twitter is saying, I can't remember who it was, but somebody's like, is this closer to a Sam Darnold year, or is this more like Russell Wilson on the Broncos kind of a year? And I feel like it's more of a Russell Wilson on the Broncos kind of a year. I don't think he's going to go out there and just start slinging. He's got all the talent and everything like that, but I don't know, man. I'm not a Kyler Kool-Aid drinker, I guess, but I think he's going to do fine. I think we got a good chance to make playoffs, but I don't know. I think it's just going to be a mediocre season. We'll get wins. Defense is going to be good. So he's not going to have to go out there and ball out or anything like that. But I don't know. I'm not impressed as of yet, which we've seen like 2 weeks of practice. So that's nothing.
Yeah.
Talk about practice.
Talk about practice.
It's funny you mentioned Darnold, because like I was just thinking, like, the Vikings quarterback situation is just like, it's got to be like studied or something just over the years. Like
how have we never
we
got
went,
like one guy to just
yeah,
hold it down?
like Culpepper was the guy, and they had him for like 5.5 years, I think. And then he had that excuse me, like that catastrophic knee injury, and that he was kind of a career backup after that. But everything else is, I mean, us like growing up, it was always like a 1 year guy every year. It was like Cunningham and like Jeff George, Favre a little bit later. I remember when they brought
Donovan
McNabb in,
Yeah.
like just like what the hell? And it's just always, and so, but then it's always like in hindsight, because we don't win a Super Bowl, it always feels like no matter what quarterback situation we have, it's always the wrong choice, right? So like when they brought in Kirk, I think that we can all agree like we were like a quarterback away, is what everybody thought with that Case Keenum team. And they bring in Kirk, and like we don't win. I think we won one playoff game while he was here. Well, it's like, well, that was a failure. Well, at the time, it was the right decision to make, and I still think at the time, getting rid of Darnold, not giving him $40 million seemed like the right decision to make. You drafted a top 10 guy. That's going to be your guy. That's going to be the blueprint. But it's like we never can get on the right side of, if it's a 50-50, we're on the wrong side of it. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that gets said a lot is like you're just a quarterback away, and you know I get where that's coming from, but it's also you're almost overvaluing your own roster a little bit too, because look what like we had Sam Darnold and look what happened, but then he goes to Seattle and they do win a bowl, so I don't think it was all just the quarterback stuff, right? Like clearly Seattle had a better infrastructure, offensive line, probably coaching staff, all of that stuff. So it's, yeah, on paper it might look like, hey, just plug in the 10th best quarterback in the NFL and we can win a bowl. And it's like, well, you can be good, but getting over that hump, I think you need it. You need a good quarterback and, you know, a little bit better team than probably what we've had too. So, while you were talking, you know, I've taken the liberty here of a couple of birthday lookups, as a matter of fact, because that Denver Russell Wilson thing, it is a good point, right? And I think you know, it's probably more of like, is it Darnold or closer to, like you said, McNabb? So just because we did have his carcass here, and so the biggest difference probably is Russell Wilson when he went to Denver, 34 years old, Kyler 29. So there's a little bit of prime, I think, still left there definitely from an athletic standpoint. But again, I think Kyler always has been a little more injury prone than Russell Wilson. But I mean,
can I interrupt your second? Are we overlooking the fact that Kyler was in like just one of the shittiest situations in the NFL also? Like Arizona.
I've always brought that up.
They had the 1 year where they brought like Hopkins in. And I want to say maybe like JJ Watt was on their team. Like they started off like 8-0 or something. But I can't remember if Kyler got hurt, but whatever they did, they didn't make any noise after that. But other than that year, it's like, is the infrastructure of that team just so bad that you never even really gave anybody a chance?
Dude, yeah, I've always kind of said that as like hey, by the way, this is another element to this, but they sat his ass down and got quite a bit, not quite a bit, but like their offense then started producing once Jacoby Brissett came in there. So to me, that is almost kind of, it's hard to know what's like a bigger factor. And like the amount they're paying him to just go away. And like Jacoby Brissett, I mean, I guess they're trying to just get a year out of him as a starter just to hold the fort. He's not a starting quarterback.
It feels like he's been in the league for 100 years.
Tank for Archie. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what we were just talking about, right? Is like, we've never had the guy to just hold down the spot because like you said, Jake, they're too afraid to ever do a full rebuild. And sometimes it's not your choice. Like if we just somehow get decimated by injuries and we finally do have that season from hell, lean into it. Vikings fans, you're not above a bad season. Like nobody ever wants to tank, but it's like, and NFL players are going to always play hard. So like you see it every year, like week 17 or 18, some team will have the dumbest win possible. And like, I think that's how the Bears got Caleb Williams, if I'm not mistaken. But
I think so.
sometimes you got to bottom out, man. And it's a deep class. And but then it's like, to your point of the 50-50, let's say to bottom all the way out really would have to be disastrous. So
especially because the defense will be good.
But yeah, what if you have just so many injuries? That's right. Kind of the path for this scenario to play out. But to be number one, you really would have to have everything go wrong. So let's say you're just in the 3, 4, 5 zone. Now you're sorting through quarterbacks again. And it's right back to the shit that you were talking about before, where we just seem to always step in it.
Well, and you don't always hit on a Mahomes, right? Like I can't remember who else was in that draft class, but I know Deshaun Watson was one of them.
Bisky, wasn't he?
Trubisky was the number 2 pick.
Trubisky.
And hey, as much as we look at, like, yes, you have a franchise quarterback, you're a good team. Like, Josh Allen hasn't won a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow did go to a Super Bowl, but they didn't win a Super Bowl yet. So it's like it doesn't even. Yes, that's obviously for us. Like, it's because we haven't had it. That's the dream to have, but it doesn't necessarily always work out, especially when, I mean, I guess some of that has to do with Brady and Mahomes just dominated for 2 decades or more. And so, like, there's all your Super Bowls pretty much.
Brady, Mahomes, Manning. Like, what was the stat? Roethlisberger. There was like, I can't remember what it was. At one point, maybe it was when Burrow was actually in the bowl. And they're like, this is the first non-Brady, Manning, Roethlisberger, AFC. Like, it was some stat like that.
Yeah, Mahomes.
That went back, like, decades.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
crazy.
Nice for those teams. We're in a little bit different era, I think, now. But I guess I would just add to that. Like, I'm also monitoring this Bengals season. Like, I'm hoping they just do terrible. Because could you get Burrow then at that point? Like, what point would he become available? If I'm Cincinnati, like, why would you ever trade him? You know,
right.
Clean house, because clearly you can't assemble a competitive team around
who is running that team. Like, they pay like 4 dudes, and that's just it. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know.
Which is why I think this year, for them, on paper, I think this is the first time they've had their full offensive line returning. And they've invested in the defense a little bit here and there. So if not this year, that's why I'm like, okay, could they finally do, like, they clearly can't put a team together around him. So we're not dealing with the sharpest knives in the drawer. So that would maybe allow me to think, hey, maybe they could consider a Burrow deal of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's way down the road.
Worth monitoring.
Yeah. And I don't know that, like, Josh, maybe it's more likely a Lamar would grow. They would grow tired of him there or something, just because of maybe there's durability questions or something like that. But essentially, I'm already kind of looking towards what's, like, even if Kyler has a good enough year, like, he's going to now be looking to get paid.
Yep.
So now you're right back probably in that Darnold like money that you didn't pay him, right. Which will get brought up for, till the end of time.
And that's the other side of the coin, right? Because then they pay Kyler, and then it doesn't work out, or he gets hurt, and you're like, oh, yep.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
We lost Jake to the feed. I don't know if his net has subsided or whatever. Maybe his power's out. It is kind of.
He said he's gonna restart. He'll be back in a minute or so.
Okay. I kind of want to get him logged in here before we move on to the next thing. Do you think, I guess, trying to just unpack like the reasoning behind all this, like we kind of already did. I guess it's interesting that they, we all kind of feel like this was a fake competition. So why even go through with it? And now you've kind of like wasted reps for Kyler for the last couple of weeks. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but then it's like, well, he's probably not going to play in the preseason game anyway. They've got time, but I think
he won't play at all in any of the preseason games.
I feel like he should.
I know that they're playing against, we can talk about it till we're blue in the face about, well, in practice, they're playing simulated games against, it's still your own team. Like, it's still, You kind of know what's coming. Like,
I would always say
get
yes,
me out there against
but
somebody. Yes,
they just don't play these guys at all in preseason, and it's not just him. Like, I don't think we've seen. When's the last time Jefferson suited up in a preseason game too? True. So if and that's the thing is, like, if Jefferson's not playing and Addison's out, then I don't really care if Kyler's playing because it's not the same chemistry.
Yeah.
So you might as well just sit him. I would like to see him play 2 drives because he almost assumed the first one just is going to suck because it's just there's so much rust. But then you can play it. You're be like, hey, what if we do get a good first drive? Call it a night, and then let JJ play the whole. He should be playing. That to me is the main thing. JJ should be playing the whole fucking first half, right? If he needs to develop and all this, then why would you not throw him out there?
Yeah, because what else are you going to do?
Maybe he has a great game and then you trade him, right? Like we were talking about value. Wait for a boost.
Right. Well, what else are you going to do in a preseason game? Because Carson Wentz isn't going to play. Is Brosmer's just going to play 100% of the snaps? Like, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have. Do they have a 5th guy even or something? Because you got to have I
don't know,
injury. Maybe they just go wildcat. Who cares? Like, hard to say, but I'll be watching, man. Like, I'm expecting JJ to play a lot, so that's why I want to tune in. You can look at X and all the stats from the reps and all. Like, I want to see him in a game, right, for my own personal evaluation. Training camp's one thing. It's hard to know what to make of any of it, really.
Right.
So, all right, let's move on. He'll pop in here. I hope pretty soon. Man, technology, right? AI is going to take all our jobs. We can't even get fucking working internet. But yeah, fire up a data center. T-Wolf schedule. It sounds like is getting dripped out little by little. I believe the full schedule is coming out tomorrow. We're not waiting for that. We wanted to pod today. But we've got a few games I think that have already been announced. I'm not sure where that Thanksgiving evening game is. We've got OKC the night before Thanksgiving, and we've got them Christmas Day at Target Center. Been waiting for one of these for a long time. And then the other 4 games, I believe. Well, there was, I guess, 5. They announced the NBA Cup. Sweet, we all care.
Yeah.
And then I think we have MLK. Is that in New York? I would imagine.
Yep. 4 o'clock start time. It looks like.
That was the other. That to me is what I want to look up when the schedule comes out. How many day games are there?
Yeah. What is this? What is this Hornets game? What's the February 15th game? Because they announced that too. I'm trying to see what day that's on. Oh, come on.
I've not seen that.
February 15th is President's Day, but they announced Wolves at Hornets that day, and it says 11 a.m. What are we doing? And maybe the time is subject to change. I'm not sure, but I was like, that's a very odd, especially at Hornets. That's the trade right there. So that's definitely a game you're going to want to be tuning into.
Yeah, noon on a Monday. Tight. Yeah. I know a lot of people get that day off, which is, that's fine. I think I get it off as well. But seems like a fumble.
Is that the day after the Super Bowl?
No,
yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Super Bowl is on February 14th. Valentine's Day Super Bowl. How about that?
Hey, nobody's gonna probably do anything different. So Saturday will be everyone will get their shit done. Yeah, I'm not even fine. I don't even remember where I put the info for the stupid NBA Cup. The one thing I'll say on that is just OKC's in our group again, which I'm happy to see because they will care. They will win and they will advance. I don't want any additional extra bullshit games or travel to Vegas. Although I think they're doing the NBA Cup in the Hoosier Arena where they filmed Hoosiers, the Butler Arena. I think that's this year. Maybe it's next year. They announced that at some point. I want no part of any of it. I think we've got Clippers, Grizzlies and Pelicans maybe. So it's a
pretty weak
aside
class.
From OKC, it's a bad group.
Yeah.
Go ahead and maybe drop one of those games to then you add a couple of games of teams that are not in the final stage or whatever. Nobody knows anything about this fucking cup still. Why are we still fucking doing this? It's so stupid.
It's dumb.
They're like, we're trying to get more interest like early in the season when NFL's going on. No one fucking cares about this cup. We only notice it because you paint every court fucking bright green or whatever color it is. Otherwise, who cares? The players still don't know. I don't think they care at all. And they're releasing these games as if it's a big deal. Like no one fucking gives a shit about it at all.
No, I'm looking at the opener and the Christmas game as kind of like the big two. I'm pretty sure we played. I would have to go back and look at last year's schedule, but I'm fairly certain we had a cup game against the Thunder on the day before Thanksgiving last year.
I think so. Yeah, pretty sure. It may not have been cup play, but usually that's when they're playing those games. But yeah, I'm fairly certain we played them the night before Thanksgiving. Christmas Day, man. I'm going to try to go to that. I've been always wanting a Christmas Day game. And what is it? 7:00 tip, I think. I mean, it's
we have the
perfect time. All the bullshit from the day is done. I think it's a Friday. Christmas is on a Friday, I believe, this year.
It is.
You're gonna have to sacrifice a little NFL. There's a Rams Seahawks game that night that looks fucking great.
That's the best game of the three. There's three football games that day too.
Great games.
Crazy.
What is it? It's Denver Bills is this middle game, so that's probably like a 3:30. What was the noon game? I forget. That's
Swine and Bears.
Swine ruining everybody's Christmas.
I know. So we got the Bears on Thanksgiving and Christmas. What the fuck?
Are they playing Detroit? I assume.
On Thanksgiving.
Bears, yeah.
I think they're playing. Yeah, I think they're at Detroit on Thanksgiving, and then they have the Swine on Christmas. So yay!
I don't really love that I mean, I guess if you want to put all sorts of sports on during Christmas, I'm fine with it. I hate that the NFL just tries to encroach on everybody else's shit, but it's like they're doing it because we all appease to it. Like I'll be watching. I'll have some of those games. And I don't think the NBA does a great job at scheduling these, honestly. In a lot of other years, there's always 2 or 3 games. They have a couple boxes they always have to check. We have to have a home game for the Lakers, and we have to have a Knicks home game, which basically starts off the day.
There's your end. Yep.
There's that'll be like their he's back.
Welcome back.
We're just talking sketch. Hot cup.
Hot cup action. Didn't miss it. Perfect.
Well, we ripped on it quite a bit.
As you should.
Not us ripping on Silver. No way.
But the Christmas Day slate, what's the second game? It's like Celtics, Sixers, maybe. They're probably trying to get LeBron. Like they have to have LeBron. They have to have Curry. We have to have Jokic. We have to have the Lakers. We have to have the Knicks. And now that the Thunder are good, so then it's like, well, who can even squeeze in here? And I kind of figured we would be starting to get Christmas Day games, but we're never going to have it at home. And I've already seen OKC fans bitching on the timeline about like, why do we got to travel? It's like, dude, because everyone fucking hates you. And you're in Oklahoma City. All right. No one wants to fucking go there ever.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to try to go to it. 7:00 tip. Like we said, tickets will be very tough to get, I would imagine, but I don't care. I don't go to a lot of these games anymore because, TV, I got to have my replays. I got to be monitoring these sirs. And it's just a comfy setup. And, I kind of go when the tickets, fall in my lap.
Right.
But Christmas Day, dude, I'm going. I'll have whatever the yield is that morning. I'll just see if I can turn that around for some cash.
There you go.
See what we get and get a foot in the door down at Target Center. But yeah, Jake, we were just kind of running through the schedule.
We got 8 games so far.
We've got 2 OKC, 4 shitty cup games. I guess that is it. Well, I guess maybe that's part of it. Was that OKC game part of the?
Yeah,
that's the one.
Game? Yeah, that's the Thanksgiving Eve game.
And then the MLK against the Knicks, right? MLK Day, and then the President's Day against the Hornets.
So we got a season opener at the Heat.
Yeah, that one we haven't talked about yet. What do you think about the opening game playing the most nightmare power forward matchup?
Yeah, with no power forward. I don't know. It's pretty sweet. Hopefully we can shit on their parade. Giannis didn't want to come. We didn't get Giannis, so hopefully we can go squash them, start their season off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, I like it too. I was thinking about it a little bit today where if we go into the season like with the current roster constructed, you've got Jaden probably starting at the 4. You're probably just playing small, and it's like, well, hey, this is one of the only tests you'll pretty much get with Giannis and Bam. As far as like the way the NBA is going, which we've talked about on just playing a little bit smaller. So be interesting because you got those are 2 good rebounders, and see how you kind of match up against a team like that.
And how they match up with us. Spread them out and shoot 45
Exactly.
threes.
Exactly. Because that's the other thing about the Heat. We talked about it when Giannis went there. Is like, I think we were talking if LeBron went there. We're like, well, who's going to shoot? Because you don't have a whole lot of shooters.
No.
I know we mentioned Andrew Wiggins, so good luck. Good luck with that.
Don't worry, they're going to get Bradley Beal, Klay Thompson, DeRozan, dude. They're going to be stacked. Forget about it. We're 30-point dogs. We were going to maybe guess some games, but I don't know if we really want to have time for that. What I was going to guess was like some of those holiday day games. I wouldn't have said Knicks for MLK. I would have thought they would have continued to try to do like Ant playing in Atlanta. But I think we did that on New Year's Day last year.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll do that again. I don't really know. I'm trying to figure out their plan. Not really worth it.
I'm a little surprised we didn't have a Wolves Spurs game on the schedule yet. That would have been one of the ones I would have thought. Besides us and Thunder.
Yeah, there's going to be that. What do you think do you guys remember in past years how many national TV games? I feel like we've been kind of in that like 25 range, maybe, or 30. Like not. There's the big markets. There's probably 3 or 5.
28 last year.
Yeah. So what do you think? Over or under for that?
I think over, especially with the sample we got so far. It feels like NBA wants us now in the limelight with Ant and Melo on the squad. So I feel like we're going to be one of the top teams this year on national TV. As we
know that Melo's the draw. Like, point blank. That's just what he is. We always used to joke like, oh, well, we'll see going forward. Is he a winning basketball player? But we always just used to joke like, oh, he's an NBA's wet dream. Yeah. Like just clicks. And so putting him on TV, that'll draw views for sure with Ant.
Yeah. It's one thing too, like you're like, we want the recognition nationally. And here's what's going to happen. First game of the season, Dorisburg against Miami. Like book it right now. I don't want to be on national television, honestly. Like when we had Grady and Horton, like I enjoy our broadcast, man. I don't really want to hear somebody just check in. Not trying to hear Doris check in for the first time with our team in 4 weeks and to pretend she knows anything at all what she's talking about. And she's not the only one either. So I'd rather not be on national television.
Definitely
honestly.
not, but keep me away from her broadcast and I'm good. Like I feel like they did a pretty good job on which one was Grady on last year? Was he on Prime?
Yeah, he's on Prime, and then maybe he does a little bit with NBC. I think Prime he's more of a main guy.
Yeah. Like I felt like whoever they had on last year was pretty solid. So get me on there. I like when they have ex players on there. I'd just rather listen to those guys talk about the game. Like they know the game.
The ESPN crew is year over year. It just gets worse. Like they've had a different finals crew for 3 or 4 years now, basically since Van Gundy was let go because he spoke the gospel about the Sirs and they didn't like hearing that on the big stage. So yeah, we'll see I don't know if they've made any changes. That we still don't know who's our main guy, our play-by-play dude on TV, right? Horton's back to the radio. So Grady's going to be, I think, probably less games than what we saw, which sucks, But that's the thing. Like, if you want to give us a bunch of national games, put them on Prime, please. And then we can kind of still have Grady around. But I don't know that I don't know if he's first priority. Like, well, I don't know how they do all that. I don't know that they necessarily want him calling our games nationally. So people were complaining, and was it game 2 in Denver? I think maybe we were on
I know.
with like it was Austin Rivers, who's only played for the Wolves, by the way. Never for any other team.
Never for
including the Nuggets,
People were bitching about that. So
including
I didn't,
Denver.
Yeah, I didn't have any patience to hear that. But
Dude, Mike Breen called the finals. Like, get over yourselves.
right,
Like,
for the Knicks, nobody cared.
Yeah.
Right, it happens. That's
these are
kinda how the
they're
business works.
professionals. You know, like
right.
that's the way it is.
All right, let's get into some receiver ranks here. Keep
Yeah.
this train rolling.
Real quick, before we switch
yeah.
over, I was going to ask you guys: what do you have more faith in and excited about, LaMelo on the Wolves or Kyler QB in these Vikes?
Oh, LaMelo.
Is it?
Yeah,
I know
think
we're pretty
that-
much Wolves fans here, but there's a lot of hype out there for this Kyler.
Yeah,
QB right now.
I think I'm a little bit higher on Kyler than you are at this point. But I'm not. I have way more hype for LaMelo. Just like the fit just seems perfect. And you have Ant, so I mean, like I don't know, it's a tough comparison, but I see where you're coming from. I would assume that you're leaning the same way, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
It's a good question. It really is. I think it's just so easy for people to be like, well, look what we had with Darnold. Kyler's a competent quarterback. Plug him in, and we're gonna be just fine. And I feel like it's just gonna be more of a choppy ride than the Darnold experience. Like you said, closer to the middle, right? If we're going on the scale of Darnold versus Russell Wilson / McNabb, I feel like it falls in the middle there to a certain degree, and it's not you just can't see a scenario where it's as bad as last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely LaMelo for me.
Darnold for in the comparison there, like he was able to get out. He can run a little bit. He's a little bit of an athlete, more than we had seen with Kirk or anything like that. But it will be interesting with the dynamic of Kyler being able to escape and kind of create from there. Because I don't remember us having a quarterback like that maybe since Dante, and I mean that's a bigger version of that. But
come on.
Yeah. My bad.
Where did he just sign with the
those
Detroit,
2 games were special.
He got him up in Detroit now. I think I saw too. Kyler has more rushing TDs than Lamar since he's come into the league. The guy was a top 10 baseball draft pick by the A's, right? So I'm gonna really have KOC under the microscope too. Like, you're supposed to be the QB whisperer. You couldn't develop a young guy, so let's see how this goes. Are you able to, bend a little bit in your way of thinking for a guy that is very mobile? Because I think anytime I think of a Kyler Murray play, I just think it's like, all right, drop it. And this is some of it, like you said about Arizona, like not having a line. It's like he drops back, and it's never like the on-script play. He's always like dancing around back there, making something happen, which can work for sure. But that's not really the KOC way. So like, how is that all going to mesh together too? I'll be interested. We can talk about that in subsequent weeks, but good question. We're Wolves people. We're basketball fans, even though Silver wants us all to turn away and find something new. But I'm just always going to be, and it's such a interesting guy to bring in too, like stylistically from a basketball standpoint, and just like we just saw footage of like when he was moving, the guy was living in a vape shop, which was such a hilarious tweet and quite accurate. Like, what else would you compare that to? Just black lights in the whole house, like the fuck in the kitchen, dude. So it'll be an entertaining season. But let's get into some receiver ranks here.
Hey, before we start on that, Jake, last week we did the running back rankings, and I don't think we ever talked about this, but you stole every single answer I had, and I had to ad lib on the fly. I was like, damn, he's taken every single one. It was like David Montgomery. Hey, who do you like in this 35 to 40 rank? And I was like, damn, we're on the same
go first
page.
for this batch.
Yeah, you go first this time, Phil.
I'll try to steal all yours this time. See how we do.
And I'll go third because I'm mentally ill.
Yeah,
all right, top 10. Interesting. Just like the running back top 10. Everything I've seen is like Puka for sure 1, and here's ESPN. Jamar Chase 1, Puka number 2, JSN 3, Amon-Ra 4, CeeDee Lamb 5, Jetta Boy 6, Drake London 7, Nico Collins 8, AJ Brown 9, Rashee Rice free at last, number 10. What's your just initial reaction, or if you have a take on the rankings, a 1 versus 2? What's your first thoughts, Phil, looking at these top 10?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's very top heavy, like especially those first 6. I don't think, looking at these rankings, I mean, they have 7 or 8 people. I don't think anybody ranked any of those guys outside of the top 6. They just have them all kind of in different orders, but
right. You
seems
might have
pretty
Amon
good.
Ra 6 and somebody
Right.
else 4. Yeah.
Seems pretty good. And I think Jefferson only dropped because of quarterback situation, but like he could easily, like he was number 1 or 2 almost every year of his career until last year. So it'll be interesting to see if he can climb the charts a little bit.
Jake, was that your exact answer?
We didn't pick a specific player yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
No,
my
I feel
bad.
like that is the 10. I think I would rank the top 10. Maybe Rice just might move out for somebody else, but that's just nothing really. But yeah, I don't know. I pretty much agree with it. I think Jamar is by far the number 1. I think this year, he just can produce, man. He just does everything. Maybe Puka and JSN maybe slip a little bit. I know there's a lot of weird injury stuff going on with them, and that JSN season was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong; he's a great player too, but that's hard to repeat. Can Sam Darnold have, I guess, a 3rd in his tank this year? We'll see.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm pretty much right in line with all that. Hopefully, I can land at least one of those guys, if not 2, in my drafts in the first 2 rounds. I like going wide receiver heavy to start in my snake drafts, at least.
Snake drafts, full P, by the way, full PPR. We're talking about. I think Rashee Rice at 10 is just absurd. Who would ever pick this dude at all? Like, why would this dude's gonna be in jail probably? Like, you think he's just got it? Hey, he's figured it out. This trip to jail,
yeah.
I think he's gonna be on the straight and narrow going forward. Like, I don't want to invest at all for that dude at number 10. Like, I'm going down the list. We'll get to the next kind of batch, but like, I haven't found a guy that I like worse than him yet. I'm getting into the mid-20s, so I want nothing to do with that. We talked about Kenneth Walker last week. Like, I think he's going to be a lot more involved, and they're going to run the ball a lot more. So Rashee Rice at 10, like, go ahead and have him. I will have 0 of him in any capacity outside of maybe an auction that go like, hey, he's $2. I'm like, sure, I'll now we'll get, now the price is right, but at 10 overall, I think that's nuts.
I think his floor is kind of down there, but I think he has a very high ceiling. Just with Patrick Mahomes, I think he has a rebound year. Travis Kelce, another year older, and who else is catching balls out there? Like Xavier, is it Worthy? Sick. Yeah, I'm not signing up for that. So I think he's going to get a lot of targets, a lot of catches, PPR. I'm in on Rashee Rice this year as long as he stays healthy and out of jail. Big ifs though.
Yeah, what was the jail sentence? Was that from a prior thing that happened like a year and a half ago or whatever?
I quit keeping track. I think he did.
I think he's had multiple scenarios where he's been in trouble. So
yeah,
but it sounds like, I think there's a report today that said that he was not going to have any more future suspensions or anything like that with what's already happened. So it's just a matter if he fucks up when he fucks up again.
Well, and he got before he had that injury, he was just like, that was, you could tell that's Mahomes' number 1 guy. And if fantasy or not, you talk about Patrick Mahomes, it's like he's the best quarterback in the league, I think. And like, if you're going to be his number 1 target, that's pretty good scenario. So like, I get what you're saying. Like, as long as he stays out of trouble, if he stays out of trouble, he's higher on this list. He's probably, you're looking at like,
you could guarantee 16 games, which is tough,
right?
But
yeah, I don't know. I'm just not in on it at all. I feel like if he's your number 1 on a team, like at the passing attack, like Kelce, I know he's saying he's still got it, but I mean, the production is just saying that offense has been kind of coming back to the field year by year. I think, they off the injury, Mahomes they'll be putting everything they can towards a bounce back season, but there's a lot of risk there, especially number 10, like I said. Who outside of maybe these top 3, like those Jamar, Puka, JSN, who could you see out of this group maybe leapfrogging and being like surprising in the running, let's say, for like the number 1 fantasy receiver?
Gosh, it's funny because you went down to the top 10 and we didn't really mention 8 or 9, and those are guys we'll probably talk about in a minute. Like, I don't want to sound like a homer, but like, is it Jefferson? Because like, there's only so many guys in this top 10. I don't see Drake London.
I love Drake London. I hate his situation. That's what sucks. Like
AJ Brown. I've never been a big AJ Brown guy. Like he'll be fine, I guess.
Let's go to the next 10 here as we talk about this bottom part, because then I think you can start being like, all right, well, there's guys in this next range I like as well. Where like AJ Brown kind of surprises me as number 9. Like, I know you're in a much better situation, but I feel like, and maybe the draft results might, what their average draft position is, because I think anybody who picked him last year is just still probably butthurt about that. I mean, some of it was just like they just don't throw the ball in Philly, so people are liking him a little bit better. But going into the next 10, Pickens 11, he's coming off a great year, franchise tag, so he's kind of playing for a new contract. I like that. Olave, Garrett Wilson 13. He's kind of just like Breece Hall, where you're like, I mean, we got to rank him high, but fuck, he's on the Jets. Tet McMillan 14th, Devonta Smith 15, Zay Flowers 16, Emeka Egbuka 17, Malik Neighbors 18, Ladd McConkey 19, and Jamar Chase is running mate T Higgins 20th. So then there's a few guys in here I think that have some serious upside where I feel like they could be, I like them better than some of these guys, definitely better than Rice. And I'm like I said, I had AJ Brown, so it's gonna be tough for me to go back to that well. But what are we thinking for this next batch?
Depends on the injury, but like Malik Neighbors jumps off to me. Like, if he's healthy, like there's your guy who jumps all the way up into the top 10. I
know, I love everything. I would put him in that almost like borderline top 5, 6 range. Like, I think if you say no injuries at all, everything the same, like, I would maybe take him ahead of Jefferson. And I think strategic wise here, as we look through these ranks, and you guys can, agree or disagree here, it's kind of looking to me like get 2 backs right away. If we're talking snake, even auction as well, you could do this strategy. And then let me get 2-3 receivers then in this 10 to 30 range. I feel like is a better plan for me.
Yeah,
disagree.
I would agree with that, just because
depends who it is.
And looking after the receivers, like, it depends like what you want to do. I know Jake said that on some of his snake drafts he likes to go receiver heavy. Well, these top 6 or 7 receivers are really, really good. And then there's a bit of a drop off, but like Pickens, I'd have to look, but I think he was like 4th or 5th most of the year, if not finished the year, as far as fantasy rankings go.
But up there the whole way too.
There's some guys in here, like, I don't know, like there's a lot of changes, right? Well, you just talked about Philly. Like, is Devontae Smith the number 1 guy? Will Philly even throw him the ball? That seems like a weird one.
I'm not in on that at all. I can't go back to the Philly pass game. Just the way I would get access to it, if I absolutely someone put a gun to my head, I would probably get in the Dallas Goedert business, which is just maybe the lamest thing we've said on this pod yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot. But Jake, what's your read on this next wave of receivers?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not obviously. I'm never going to be high on a Jet player at the moment, but Garrett Wilson, I'll dodge me with that. Devontae Smith, he could be like, it wouldn't surprise me if at the end of the year he's like a top, 8 receiver. I just don't think he's going to do it though. I have a dynasty team right now I have Smith, Nico Collins, Amon-Ra, and Jamar Chase. So I got like 4 in the top 15, but I'm just like, if I can snake somebody for Smith right now, I feel like this is the time to trade him if you got him. But I like guys at the bottom of the list, like Ladd and Emeka. A lot of open targets there this year. So I think they're gonna really go after those and shoot themselves up the ranks. So I'd like to target those guys. And then obviously Malik Neighbors too. 100% agree with you guys on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 17 through 20. I feel like could just flip flop with whoever's besides Pickens. I think after that, Olave scares me. Injury history.
Yeah.
You mentioned Garrett Wilson. I do like Ted. I think he's
Yeah.
a really good player. Zay Flowers, I don't get it, man. Like I feel like he just got a super big contract, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like who are we?
I
paying?
don't at all. Yeah.
Like what?
I've had him in
All right.
Dynasty his whole career, and it's like you
Dude.
see some signs of like the guy can make plays. He's super fast. He doesn't score any fucking touchdowns, literally ever. So it's hard for me to like be so high on him. 16, I get he's a number one. I'm right there with you. And Devonta Smith, I would rather take the rookie they drafted however many rounds later and just kind of try for a lottery ticket in that regard.
Yeah.
And then
I like
try
that.
to waste a third, fourth, fifth round pick on Devonta Smith. I'm just not doing that. Is Geno Smith really going to elevate Garrett Wilson? Like if so, marginally, and
You look at the
not in
the
it.
quarterback play. Like you just mentioned, Garrett Wilson, Olave, who's throwing the ball there. Devontae Smith, nobody's throwing the ball. And you just go down a little bit longer, and I know he's a number 2, but T. Higgins has Joe Burrow, dude. Like, I know they have
Right.
Jamar Chase, but T. Higgins is really fucking good too.
Yeah. So then it gets
Two
to be
Dallas
like
players
talent.
ranked higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is, right. Top 2, basically
5
top
and 11.
10 guys,
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
if they would have
Yeah.
ranked Rashee Rice correctly.
Your boy.
I'm sure me and him would get along great, honestly. But when it comes to fantasy, maybe not so much. Hey man, Rashee, do your time. Don't let your time do you.
baby.
That's right.
We don't have time to get through all these. I think they ranked the top 60. So again, this is preliminary, but like who could you see maybe out of the top 20, Phil, since we don't want Jake to copy? A couple names where you'd be like, this could be this year's Pickens, maybe, who was in probably maybe a fantasy receiver 2, or the coveted wide receiver flex that could jump up and be like, dude, this guy's
position.
We had this wrong. This guy's like a every week receiver 1.
Yeah. So you're saying just top 20?
Outside of like that top 20, we just
Outside of the top 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm always a sucker for Devontae Adams, and I don't know if our boy Puka is going to get in a little bit of trouble. It sounds like he still might have some things coming his way, but the NFL they lack. Devontae Adams though is a touchdown machine. Like 22 on this list seems really low. I know he's getting a little older, but dude,
I worry about regression a
red
little
zone
bit.
threat in the game, man. It's crazy.
He keeps himself in shape though. Like,
yeah.
Although at the end of last year, it's like when you start seeing that hamstring with an old dude, it's
for sure
a little
Mike
worrisome.
Evans.
And they've got 7 tight ends. They're constantly getting involved.
It's yeah. Other than that, I don't know. It seemed to me like the wide receiver class last year was really deep, and there's just some names on here that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how any of these guys are going to do. I know a lot of new faces in new places. It looks like this year, so it's
which
seems like a weird,
good or bad. It could be a good opportunity to take a risk on some unknowns, and you might cash in on it. It's hard to say, but Jake, who are you looking at off of the outside the top 20 that you might have circled?
If I'm like really reaching down here, like I think I might gamble on a Brian Thomas Jr.
God
Return to
damn
glory.
That's my opportunity.
He's a ways down there, but I
44.
might take a little reach at that. Somebody in Jacksonville's got to catch some balls, right?
And maybe an overreaction to one bad season. Like he's had one really good season and then a bad season. So it's like we don't really want to, say the book is out on him yet.
No, and I think Mike Evans is down there too. I saw. I'm still ride or die is Mike Evans for me. So I know he's in San Francisco now, but they're still airing the ball out there. So I don't mind him. Otherwise, last year's darling of Michael Wilson from Arizona. Maybe he stays hot.
Is he just the truth? He should be a top 10 with his 27
maybe.
targets per game.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys like that. Like you mentioned, Brian Thomas Jr. Like Parker Washington came out of nowhere last year.
I like him.
He was the guy. And
when I
now-
watch
and now
him
you-
play, he reminds me of Steve Smith, like mannerisms,
that's a
all
nice
of it.
comp.
And I'm like, that's exactly Steve Smith we're watching here. So
Mhm.
that's why Thomas gets kind of cast aside. Then they bring in Jacoby Myers as well.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of mouths to feed all of a sudden. But
Well, and then
I like Parker
Jake-
Washington.
Jake, you mentioned Michael Wilson and the guy 8 above him, Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know what to make of him anymore. And I'm like, is that a do we not overreact again with him also? Like he's also going into his 3rd year, but again, the situation in Arizona, it's just you just don't see what they have. Like they don't have a plan for anything.
Yeah.
What you guys'
He's
thoughts
a
on
guy I
DJ Moore in
think-
Buffalo?
Yeah. Another spread it
boy.
around situation. Yeah, you guys
Boy.
love him.
Oh, hey, you know what though? He buried the swine at the end of the year, so all is
Yeah.
forgiven, my friend.
We
is
all
forgiven.
love him now.
Yeah.
Carnell Tate a bit higher than I would have thought. Just going through
Yeah.
some of these names. I'm a Jamison Williams dude. I'm going to be in on him this year, but I like Burden ahead of Dunze. But I think those are 2 offenses to target. And maybe that's the plan with some of these guys late is just like get a piece of certain offenses. Marvin Harrison, I think let's see how is the draft going there. I feel like a lot of people are just out on him. He starts to fall at a certain point. Now I think he makes a little sense as a upside. If he's like your 4th receiver, maybe you're like, hey, like, what is he in his 3rd or 4th? Not even
Well,
3rd year yet.
what if you're 3rd and 4th receiver this low? I mean, like if you're talking about upside, let's say you go with the 2 running backs to start, and then you have a few rounds go by, and then let's say you have 2 receivers. So you're looking for wide receiver 3 and 4, and you can get guys like Marvin Harrison Jr. and Brian Thomas Jr. late in the draft. That's huge upside.
Yeah, and you hope one of these 2. If I hit on one of you, I'm in
Yeah.
really good position. Now I have like a
I think so.
receiver 1 potential. I'm not going anywhere near that Pittsburgh passing attack. Good luck to those that do.
Yeah.
Kind of the same for
Yeah.
Swine, right? Like Matthew Golden, 42. Does anyone have any indication he's a good player at all?
Hey, look at number 34. Just
I-
saying.
I think if there was
Yeah.
one, I would
Chris?
put my money on him. But yeah, Chris Watson, everybody's sleeper this year sounds like.
Every
so
year, dude.
look for him to
every
be
year with
getting
this
drafted in your
guy.
3rd and 4th round, especially in this territory in the Midwest.
Good.
And
All the
they got
swine
Jaden
idiots
Reed at
out there.
47, which is like telling you we have no idea who's in what role here. Tucker Kraft still kind of coming back off of injury. Not a lot to be, there's a lot of guys. I think once you get into that 30s, and then after that, I think we're really falling off a cliff here, and you're
Big time.
kind of just throwing darts. Like Calvin Ridley, Debo's down here now. Quentin Johnston, like good. No one's ever felt good clicking his name. I kind of do like Jalen McMillan a little bit though, right? Like as Egbuka came out of the gates real hot. There was guys in and out of the lineup. Can he really sustain a full receiver 1? I think Baker really does spread it around a little bit too.
Mm.
But yeah, it looks like it's gonna fall off a cliff at a certain point. Godwin, 43. Who knows what's going on with him? What's he still got left in the tank? But we'll get to more fantasy stuff once we get closer to drafts. I think end of the month, closer to the season. So we're wrapping up here. We got a little over an hour. A couple of things still to hit. You guys gonna watch the Field of Dreams game tomorrow night? Twins, Phillies.
I might peep it. Yeah, I
You
think
guys
that's
feel
pretty
like,
cool
nah.
setup. Yeah, that's not even enough to get me to watch the
Yeah,
Steelers. No.
Baseball, fuck it.
I mean, yeah. Was it last year? How many years have they been doing that for? Anybody know?
I don't know if they skipped last. It was like a Yankees somebody the first year, I think, and maybe it was last year. I don't know, but
There was some
I did
sick
not
like
watch it.
walk off. I think one year, and I was like, man, that was pretty cool.
Corn. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to do a walk on, and one of my buddies, shout out to Myers, pod listener, diehard. He
Hey.
suggested a walk on, and we need Walker Jenkins to walk out of the corn right onto the roster.
Oh yeah,
As a
hell yeah.
call-up. It's a great.
Oh
Love it.
god, is that Walker Jenkins music?
Yeah, we need something like that, right? come right out of the
so
corn
sick.
and either make a catch or DDT someone. I don't really know what they allow
Either way,
in this game.
I'm in for anything.
Is it a real game? But it's our team playing in the corn, right? I feel like I
Yeah.
gotta watch a little bit, and then about an hour in, we'll be like, all right, we're down 6. But the Phillies have been struggling, so we'll try to get back up the standings. I know they took 2 out of 3 from Baltimore, played the Brewers tough. I'm just pulling up the standings here to see. I think we were
3 games out of the
after today.
Central.
Yeah, I think I saw that we were 3.5 coming in. But yeah, the wild card, there's like every time I look at the wild card, we've been passed by a new team where it was like the Tigers were ahead of us. And then I think I saw the Rangers might have got ahead of us. And now they're both ahead of us with Cleveland right on our tail and basically every other AL team mathematically alive. But they're calling dudes up, right? Culpepper came up, hit a ding dong in his debut, right? You love seeing that. And just the fact that they're finally like, hey, do you guys want to put your 25 best players on the team or no? And I think they're coming to that realization that fucking runway is running out here on the season. So playing in some corn, I'm going to be in for sure. What else we got? Kayla McBride, NBA record. What was it, 10 for 14? Or did she get it? I think it was 10 for 14, wasn't
10,
it?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Lynx,
Raining
even
from
money
everywhere.
to win the title.
Wow.
Jake, you were scared of the Vikes this year. Is that scary at all?
It terrifies me. If the Lynx don't win this year, then when? Like, we have by far the best team.
Yeah.
And we're just getting better now that Fee's finally getting back into the rotation and getting her rust off. So I don't know, man. Are they going to stick with the Minnesota curse and somehow are the Sirs going to choke this one away for us again, or what's going to happen? But if there's ever a team to win a championship, this is the one we have right now.
Yeah, and playoffs start in 6 weeks.
Isn't
like
there a break?
September-
There's like a
September
some sort of
27th.
break they're about
Yes,
to
this
be
is-
on.
Yeah, it says
I think it's like
oh,
the
FIBA
or
women's-
FIBA.
Yep, World Cup.
So there's some international ball going on. I might check
Yep.
that out.
I think
That's
Fee made
crazy.
USA,
Yeah.
and one other gal I think made the Aussie team. So we got two players representing. Everybody else resting up.
God, that's so
Which
tough.
good.
Like right in the middle of the season.
I
Like
know.
from a like if you're just a fan of the Lynx, you're like, Jesus, don't go get hurt.
I would, and I'm going to
Like-
blame this for any non-title. I'm going to say this fucked up our rhythm, even if we come out win like 8 straight. I'm going to come back to this and point to it. But Jake, you hit it right. If they don't win this year, now I'm going to start to think the curse is spreading, and it may have infected them. Because they are looking like a freight train right now. Not sure when the deadline is, if that's already come and gone. It feels like it might have. I think there was a lot of trades a couple weeks ago, but I just always feel like we're one big short when you go up against like Asia Wilson and the people that the Liberty have. I mean, I think last year too, Phoenix, they kind of bullied us a little bit. So I feel like that would be an area to, bolster the roster, but I don't. Casual. It may have already the deadline might already hit. So get on waivers.
Yes, get on waivers. Yeah.
All right, homies.
Waivers.
Good pod. Any last thoughts? I think they're playing tonight. I'm gonna watch a little Lynx. If they're on Natty, I always try to check it out.
Same.
I think they're playing Portland. That team just sprouted up till their owner moves them, of course.
Bridget Carlton.
Yeah, number 1 pick in the expansion draft, of course. That's the last thing I'll say too. It just reminded me like all the loaded team we had last year too. All these players that we had that went to other teams and are like all-stars basically. And it's like, God, we didn't win that year either. Shit. Kind of getting worried.
All
right, next,
Olivia Miles, we're good to go.
Yeah, she didn't make the USA team though, which they probably picked it a long time ago. But yeah, she's probably the best player in the league. But yeah, rest up. That should help, I think. So, All right, homies. Next week, preseason week 1, recapping that to a certain degree, as much as anyone can stomach. I think it's a noon game on Saturday. Then we'll see. Probably have the full schedule to kind of take a look at for the basically we're just gonna do the same pod again and
Just run it back.
we'll see what TikToks have surfaced about some of these receivers. And we'll probably get a look at Rashee Rice's charges and what consequences may be coming down on any future infractions. So more to dig in on that for sure. I'll probably see if I can get a hold of his lawyer. That'll happen. All right, y'all. Thanks for sticking with us. Drop us a 5-star. Subscribe to something. Doesn't have to be everything.
Come on.
Just click some
Spread
stuff.
the word.
We'll count it. All right, homies. We'll see you next week. Peace.